All right, fam, here we are with yet another interesting and mind-boggling video. So let's just get to the point. 75% of Forbes 400 are Jews, and even historically they've been notoriously rich, which leads to people thinking all the time why Jews are so wealthy. So today, we'll have a detailed look into Jewish philosophy and multiple other factors that may have played a part in earning them the honor of being the most educated religious group in the world, and most likely the richest. So no, this isn't an anti-Semitic video, it's an educational one, and we'll hope you'll learn something by the end. Throughout history, Jews have been perceived as wealthy. Where did this rhetoric come from? We all know that Jewish people, like everyone else, have their wealthy, middle class, and lower income groups. So viewers, today we're going to delve deep into this thought process. So, without further ado, let's look at the 10 factors that have most likely distinguished the Jewish people from other ethnic and religious groups. Number 1. Judaism and the unique outlook on wealth. Contrary to certain other religions, Judaism does not consider riches to be a sin and does not consider poverty to be a virtue. Instead, the faith holds that each person should try to be independent and work to support themselves. Jewish people have a strong work ethic thanks to this attitude of self-reliance and diligence. Judaism places a high importance on donating and holds that between 10 and 20% of one's income should be used for religious and charitable purposes. However, relying on charitable giving is discouraged because the objective is to be self-sufficient rather than burden the community. Number 2. Discriminating land laws. European Jews faced widespread discrimination and restriction on their rights, including ownership of land in many countries throughout history. These restrictions were often rooted in anti-Semitic beliefs and were implemented as laws and regulations. For example, in medieval Europe, Jews were often forced to live in ghettos and were excluded from certain professions, including agriculture and land ownership. During the 19th and early 20th century, many European countries imposed additional restrictions on Jewish land ownership. These restrictions were often justified as a way to prevent Jews from becoming too powerful and to preserve the purity of the countryside. The systemic persecution of Jews during the Holocaust, including the confiscation of the property, further limited their ability to own land. Restrictions on Jewish land ownership and other forms of discrimination often motivated Jews to work harder in other areas to succeed and provide for their families. With limited opportunities in agriculture and land ownership, many Jews turned to trades, commerce, and finance, becoming successful merchants, traders, and bankers. They also placed a strong emphasis on education and intellectual pursuits, as these offered a path to upward mobility and success. This drive to succeed, despite the odds and limitations imposed on them, was often fueled by a desire to improve their situation and provide a better future for their families. These experiences and traditions of hard work, determination, and education continued to influence the Jewish community today. Number 3. The Jewish view on interest and money lending. Judaism has a complex history and multiple interpretations concerning the practice of charging interest, known as ribbit in Hebrew. The Bible and classical rabbinic literature contains various prohibitions against charging interest to fellow Jews, although these prohibitions were sometimes qualified or limited in scope. In the Middle Ages, many Christian states banned Jews from owning land and participating in many occupations, leaving them with few options for earning a living. This led to the development of a vibrant Jewish banking industry, which was based on the practice of money lending at interest. In this context, Jewish moneylenders filled an important economic niche, providing credit to individuals and businesses who are unable to access it from Christian banks. Over time, many Jews developed expertise in finances and banking, and they came to play a significant role in the development of the banking industry in Europe and elsewhere. Despite facing ongoing discrimination and persecution in many countries, Jews were able to use their financial savvy and strong cultural traditions of hard work and education to achieve success in the banking world. It's important to note that while some Jews were involved in the money-lending business, it's not accurate to make a broad generalization about Jews or the Jewish community as a whole. The attitudes and practices of individuals and communities can vary widely, and the charging of interest has been a subject of debate and contention within Judaism. Number 4. Most educated religious group. Jews have a long-standing tradition of valuing education and intellectual pursuits, which has contributed to high levels of education attained among the Jewish population. This emphasis on education can be traced back to the biblical commandments to study the Torah and has been reinforced by the Jewish experience of exclusion and discrimination in many countries throughout history. In response to restrictions on their rights and opportunities, Jews have often turned to education and intellectual pursuits as a path to upward mobility and success. This has led to a high degree of literacy and a strong tradition of scholarship and academic excellence within the Jewish community. As a result of these cultural and historical factors, Jews have consistently been one of the most highly educated religious groups in the world. According to various studies, Jews have some of the highest levels of educational attainment and highest rates of university attendance, with many Jews pursuing advanced degrees and careers in fields such as science, medicine, law, and academia. Jews have faced significant challenges and obstacles in their pursuit of education and intellectual pursuits. However, the cultural value placed on education and the tradition of academic excellence has helped many Jews to achieve success and make significant contributions to society. Number 5. Jewish sense of brotherhood. The sense of brotherhood among Jewish people has had a positive impact on the financial well-being of the community too. Jewish individuals and organizations often support one another through charitable giving. This can take the form of donations, and the close-knit nature of the Jewish community means that people often support one another in times of financial hardship, such as offering loans or assistance with living expenses. Moreover, Jewish communities often pool their resources to fund communal initiatives and support common goals. This can include funding for synagogues, schools, community centers, and other organizations that benefit the wider community. The strong sense of community amongst the Jewish people also provides opportunities for individuals to network and build business relationships, leading to increased financial stability and success. Because of this strong emphasis on uplifting the entire community, even shunned Jewish communities have survived the worst of times by investing in one another. Number 6. Perseverance and resilience. Jewish people have consistently displayed tenacity in the face of great difficulties. The emphasis is still on the spiritual and the practical because it's woven into their very being. Giving up is not an option when paired with this tenacity and persistence. There is no self-pity when things go wrong in business, which they occasionally do. Instead, there's an attitude of, stuff happens, let's figure out how to repair it. The Jews are famed for their endurance, and this is what helps them achieve their goals, according to H.W. Charles, author of The Money Code, Become a Millionaire with the Ancient Jewish Code. Perseverance is the continuing pursuit of an objective or course of action in the face of challenges, setbacks, or discouragement. Number 7. Supportive parents in financial terms. Speaking honestly about finances is frowned upon in many households. Parents try to protect their kids by not disclosing when they are struggling financially or when they are wealthy and showing that it's okay to indulge. Many Jewish parents educate their kids on how to manage their money by utilizing 5 jars: tithe, giving and offering, saving, investing, and spending are labels on each jar. When given 10 shekels, children are instructed to deposit 1 into the tithe jar, 1 into the giving and offering jar, 1 in savings, 2 in investments, and 5 in spending. On Sundays, the giving jar is opened, the tithe jar, which in Hebrew means the tenth, is opened, and the savings jar is opened for special occasions, and the investing jar is only opened when it is full. The parents do not interfere with the children's handling of the money, and the kids are responsible for how they spend it. Number 8. Judaism and its good business practices. Jews place high value on ethical business practices and are known for their honesty and integrity in business dealings. Jews have a strong work ethic and are committed to working hard to achieve their goals. This is reflected in the success of many Jewish-owned businesses. They place high value on building and maintaining strong relationships, both within and outside of their community. They view businesses as more than just a financial transaction and strive to develop mutually beneficial relationships with their partners, customers, and suppliers. The Jews see business as a means to not only generate wealth, but also to contribute to the wider community. Many Jewish-owned businesses are active in charitable giving and community involvement. Jews have always practiced a strong emphasis on education and self-improvement, and value the acquisition of knowledge and skills. This is reflected in their approach to business, where they are always looking to learn and improve their practices. In summary, good Jewish business practices include honesty and integrity, hard work, strong relationships, responsibility and charity, and a focus on education and knowledge. Number 9. Advantages of good networking. Networking has been beneficial for Jews as they have a strong tradition of building networks and supporting each other in business. By leveraging these connections, they can more easily find opportunities and access resources. Within Jewish communities, there's a high level of trust and mutual support. This creates a supportive environment for Jews in business, making it easier for them to form partnerships and grow their companies. Jews have a long history of entrepreneurship and a strong work ethic, which are values that are often shared within Jewish communities. By networking with others who share these values, Jews can find like-minded individuals to work with and learn from. Number 10. Effective management of wealth. Jews have effectively managed their wealth through a combination of financial acumen, risk management, and intergenerational transfer of wealth and knowledge. They have a long history of successful businesses and finances and have developed a reputation for financial expertise. They often have a deep understanding of financial markets and use this knowledge to make informed investment decisions. They also have a cautious approach to wealth management and are known for their risk-averse strategies. They typically diversify their investments and adopt long-term investment horizons, which helps to mitigate risk and preserve their wealth. Wealth management is often a family affair in Jewish communities, and knowledge and resources are passed down from one generation to the next. This helps to ensure the continued success and stability of the Jewish families and businesses over time. In summary, Jews have effectively managed their wealth through a combination of financial expertise, risk management, and intergenerational transfer of knowledge and resources. For today, that's all from our side. We seriously hope you liked what you got and learned just as much as we did while presenting this to you guys. For more exciting and enlightening videos, stay tuned and press the subscribe button. Until next time.